friends, and welcome back to Rustic and Lace DIY. Today I am participating in a farmhouse Christmas collaboration. I'll let you know more about that in a few minutes, but first of all, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Brenda. This is my sweet Oliver, and if you're returning, you guys, we love you. So with all that being said, let's get to crafting. Okay, here's DIY number 1. So for this DIY, I'm going to use my Waverly chalk paint in the color ink. I'm going to use my COUTURE chalk paste in the colors moss and cherry. And the next one is Shimmer Harvest. I'm also going to use this new transfer from COUTURE. I just love it. I think it's so pretty, and it's called Vintage Merry Christmas. And then I'm going to use this wood ornament from Dollar Tree. And then 2 of these long signs from Dollar Tree as well. So I started off by placing my ornament where I wanted it, and I'm measuring here cut lines, and then I went and I cut those 2 long boards down. Then I painted the ornament sign with my Waverly chalk paint in the color ink. And once it was all dry, I took some of that ink and I took a small mini chip brush, and I'm just going to do some distressing all around those long signs that are now short signs. And then after I had them all distressed the way I liked it, I took some jumbo craft sticks. Actually, I think these are the jumbo. They're one of them from Walmart, and I put them on the back of my signs to glue them together. Now I'm taking my COUTURE transfer. If you are unfamiliar with COUTURE, it is a self-adhesive transfer or stencil, so we fuzz it before we use it the first time, so that way it doesn't pull up the paint of the item that we just used. Now, as you see here, I am using my chalk paste and going over all my imaging. I am pulling up my transfer in between different colors, so that way it doesn't dry on the transfer. And what will happen if you take too long, it will dry on your transfer, and when you go to pull it all up, it will come up, the chalk will come up with the transfer. So that's why I pull up in between, so that way it doesn't dry on the transfer and it stays pretty on the ornament. But if you're interested in COUTURE or have any questions about it, I am a designer, so I do have a link to my page in my description box, or you can email me any questions that you might have. I love this stuff. It always turns out looking so beautiful and so high-end. So as I finish here, I am going to pull it up, and you'll see how beautiful it came out. And then I took some jute cord here, and I'm just putting some tape on the end so that I could string them through the 2 end holes, just like you see me doing right there. And then after I had my hanger all done, I took my Titebond Quick and Thick and Quick multi-purpose glue, and I'm going to use my hot glue and add that on the back of my ornament, and that of course is for the permanent and immediate hold. Oh, I can't talk. It's late night. And then I took some of this ribbon. This I think I got last year from Hobby Lobby, or I got it on clearance at Hobby Lobby. And then I took some Greenery, some evergreen here picks, and I'm just using a zip tie to tie them together. The white flocked ones are from Hobby Lobby. It's like a candle ring that I pulled them off of. And then the ones on top are new from Dollar Tree. They're really pretty. So then I took some more of that ribbon, and I'm just making a double finger bow. I wrap the ribbon between my fingers 2 times. Then I run it through in between those fingers, come up and push it through that little loop that we just made, and then tighten. And after that, I'm going to cut down the legs, and then I'm going to dovetail, and you dovetail by folding in half and then cutting at an angle. I glued that onto my picks there, and then I'm just adding some little berries and some pine cones, and that's all there is for this one. I think it came out so beautiful. I love this. You have to let me know what you think about this in the comment box below. Okay, today is the Christmas Farmhouse Collaboration, and it is full of some amazingly talented women. So I encourage you, once you get done watching my video, to check out the description box. I will have links to the playlist as well as to each one of these wonderful ladies' channels. Okay, and next is DIY number 2. So for this DIY, I am going to take one of these little candle jars that I got from Dollar Tree a while ago. It's been in my stash. This is new. They have like 3 different nesting size boxes at Dollar Tree. That was one. I think that was the medium sized one. I'm gonna use my folk art home decor chalk paint in the color vintage green, my white chalk paint, and then some Elmer's glue there, and then one of these trees from Dollar Tree. So I'm going to start off by putting some spackling inside the hole of that hanger, and then I painted it with that, it's not vintage, it's antique green. Kathy Jo uses this all the time and she always calls it vintage, so then I get confused at the name of it. So after that, once it was dry, I took my Elmer's glue and I'm just spreading this all over the tree. Now, as you can see, I also painted that little crate with the antique green as well. And then I did cover it with the glue also. While that glue was still wet, I'm going to take my white chalk paint and I'm going to go over that glue. And I'm just making sure I don't do more than 2 strokes. You want to try and keep it as close to 1 stroke as you can. And then once I had that all covered, I just used my heat gun here to create the crackle look. Now, if you don't have a heat gun, you can just let it dry and it will crackle on its own. This is just to kind of speed it up for video purposes. So once those were done, I took my pip berries here. I think I got these from Dollar Tree, and I just wrapped it around my tree, and then I'm just going to hot glue them in the back. I'm just going to tack them down, and as you can see in the back, I didn't do the crackling effect. I just did some dry brushing with white. And then I had some little pine cones. I decided to add the pine cones on, and then I'm going to use that Tite Bond glue as well as hot glue to attach this little crate to the front of my tree. After that, I'm going to take some of this buffalo check ribbon from Dollar Tree. I'm going to hot glue it around the top part of this little jar. And then once I have that all hot glued and on there, I am going to add some little greenery. Oh, wait a minute. What am I doing? I'm taking too long. I think I make a bow too. Let's see here. Nope, I add some greenery. So this is just a little piece of greenery I had next to me, and then a little red berry, and then I just added a little tea light in there, and there it is. I love how this came out. It's really simple, but I love the crackling. That's one of my favorite new techniques that I've been doing lately, is that crackling. I just love how it comes out. You have to let me know what you think about this one as well. Okay, I always like to take this moment to thank my subscribers. You guys, I wouldn't be here without you, and I appreciate you so much. And if you're new here and you enjoyed today's video, I would invite you to hit that red subscribe button and become part of our YouTube family. And then make sure you guys give me that thumbs up and comment and watch those ads, because that really helps my channel and I truly appreciate it. And if you'd like to follow me on social media, you can find the links to my social media accounts as well as my affiliate accounts in the description box as well. Okay, here's DIY number 3. So this one, you guys, is huge. I had a hard time taking pictures of it. Okay, so these are the new snowy greeneries from Dollar Tree. I'm going to use some decals that I made with my Cricut, and then I'm going to use some of this scrapbook paper that came from this scrapbook paper book I got from Hobby Lobby. I think it was last year. And then 3 of these wood rounds from the Dollar Tree. So I'm going to start off by, I'm going to still show you, removing all those hangers. And then I'm going to trace the wood round on the back of the paper and then cut them all out. After that, I'm going to cover each one with Mod Podge, and then I'm just going to add my paper right on top of it. After that was all done, I am going to cover the top of it with Mod Podge again, just to help protect that paper so that it doesn't get ripped or torn. And then I will let it dry. I did sand off the edges as well. Now I had a viewer want to see how to create a double layer with colors with Cricut. So here's my image. I'm going in and I'm going to hit ungroup, okay? I had it sized the way I want it, and after I hit ungroup, then I just move the top part over, move that all over, and then I hit make it. After I hit make it, it's going to come up and it's going to show me 2 mats, because these were too big to put on one mat. So you're just going to hit continue, and then you'll put your mat in with your one color, and then you'll put the second mat in. Or once that mat is done, you can remove your transfer and put the next color on the same mat, and then hit continue, and it will print on that one as well. So once those were all printed out, I also printed out these letters. I printed the J and the Y, and I think I made the Y a little bit too big. I was hanging over just a tad, but I'm just going to add the J and the Y to 2 separate rounds. And once I had this, now this was not very sticky because I did use Dollar Tree vinyl, and that stuff is not very sticky. But I went ahead and I used my transfer tape, and I am just adding the berries onto my transfer tape first. And so once I have my backing all removed, then I'm going to put it over the wreath part. And I did have the picture sitting next to me, so I knew exactly where the berries laid on top of the wreath. But I just laid the transfer tape over the wreath, and then I'm just doing the burnishing here, and then I'm going to remove the backing from what was the wreath transfer. And then after I have that removed, it's all together. So it was just like that. So I hope that really helps you guys, for any of you who are new with Cricut and are trying to figure this stuff out. So then I'm just going to burnish it onto my other wood round here. And you guys, Oliver's sitting next to me, and he's kind of mad at me because I have his little doggy bed covered with crafting supplies, and he doesn't have a place to lay. So if you hear noise, that's why. So I'm taking that the Tite Bond glue and hot glue, and I'm glued those together, but I just didn't feel like it was sturdy enough. So I'm taking, these are the giant craft sticks. Now, Walmart has jumbo and giant. The jumbo are bigger, but I took 4 of those and I glued 2 of them together. So I had 2 on 2. I hope that makes sense. And then I glued those 2 on the back of the O sign or wood round, and then I took 2 5-gallon paint sticks, and I am using the same glue, and I'm going to attach those to the back. Now the reason why I used those little popsicle sticks was because it was on top of that wood round was on top of the J and the Y, and so I needed to have some lift for the 5-gallon stick to attach. I hope that makes sense. Anyways, I just made some bows here doing the awareness ribbon, scrunching them up and tying some jute twine around the middle. And then after that, I'm going to dovetail the ends as well. Now I made 3 of these bows, and I'm going to put one on the top of each of those wood rounds. So after I get done dovetailing, I took the Greenery picks and the bow, and I hot glued them to the top of the J, and then I added the bows on the top of the next rounds. Then I just again added some berries, and I think I added pine cones. Yeah, added some pine cones as well. And then these pine cones and berries I got from Amazon. They are in my Amazon store. It's like a pack of table scatter. I got them this summer for Christmas in July, and I just love them. Then I just took my little weeding tool to poke holes through that paper. I should have done that before I added my bows and stuff, because it made it a little challenging. And then I just added a hanger, and there it is, you guys. It is huge, but I love how this came out too. You have to let me know what you think about this one as well. Oh, I think Oliver left me. Okay, and it's a time for a celebration of your recreations, and I only have one for you. It's from Butterfly Cottage DIY. She's been busy making all kinds of things that helps her through life, and I truly appreciate her sharing that with us. So if you have a creation or a recreation that you would like me to showcase for you, I would love to showcase it. So just send me pictures to that email address there, or through Facebook Messenger or Instagram. Okay, here is DIY number 4. Super easy one, you guys. So I'm going to use this beautiful glass, mercury glass candle holder I got a couple years ago after Christmas at my grocery store for less than $2. Some spray paint there. I'm going to use one of these candle rings from Hobby Lobby, and it was half off of that, so it was for $4.50. And then I'm going to use one of these cake pans from Dollar Tree. So I start off by taking my Fix-All glue, and I'm trying to squeeze as much out of that tube as I could get. And then once I had part of this, the bottom of this, I think I did all of it, or the top and the bottom, and then I add hot glue. I'm adding this to my cake pan here, you guys, and I don't know my strength because look what happens. Yeah, I pushed too hard and it broke. So I dug, after I cleaned it up, I dug through my stash and I found these 2 glass candlesticks, the only 2 glass candlesticks like this that I had. And I'm just using the same glue, the Fix-All and hot glue, and gluing them together. And then I'm using that Fix-All glue again and the hot glue again. And I'm going to hot glue that to the back of the pan, just like I tried to do with that other candlestick. I did have a couple of cuts on my hands too from that. Anyways, nothing major, but just a few little, I kept finding blood everywhere and realized I was bleeding. So then I took this out and spray painted it. Once it was all dry, I'm taking a little bit of hot glue. I'm trying not to do very much hot glue because I thought, you know, we could change this out for the seasons. I originally planned on painting this white and doing some black, like enamel look. I don't know why I didn't do that because that's a little more farmhouse, but I ended up doing black instead. So, oh well, I still like it. I love the way this came out. So I'm just going to add a little hot glue and some of this buffalo check ribbon that comes from Dollar Tree. And I'm just going to go all the way around my little cake pan here. And then after that, I'm going to make a bow out of this ribbon that I got from Hobby Lobby and just add it to the front. Then I took 2 half pieces of these styrofoam pieces from Dollar Tree that were in my stash, glued them together, and I stuck it inside. I'm adding that candle ring, and then I'm adding my favorite Bath & Body Works candle. It's fresh balsam. I love the smell of that. And then I just went in and added some pine cones and berries. I'm not gluing any of that stuff down because I thought, again, I want to be able to change this out for the season. So I just thought this would be a simple way of fixing it all up and making it look festive. And I really love how this came out too. I just think it is beautiful. It would have been more beautiful with that other candlestick, but it is what it is. I didn't have any more of those, so I was pretty sad when it broke. But anyways, you have to let me know what you think about this one as well. And the final reveal is coming up, and there it is. I thank you guys so much for joining me today. Make sure you check out the playlist, and you're going to get lots of great inspiration. I know you are. I will be back again on Monday with another fun video, so stay tuned. But before you go, make sure you hit that red subscribe button if you haven't already, and then don't forget to give me that thumbs up and comment, because y'all know that helps this channel grow. So with all that being said, you guys, I hope you have a blessed rest of your weekend, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.